Ever ponder why individuals regard you as an afterthought? Why your presence in a room is as conspicuous as a solitary crumb on the floor? Yeah, I hate to deliver the harsh truth, but the manner in which people regard you is your fault. And before you become defensive, relax. That's actually the finest news you're going to hear today. Because if you are the issue, you are also the resolution. And today, I'm about to demonstrate precisely what to execute just once to completely alter how people perceive you. No gimmicks, no fabricated self-assurance, just pure, brutal veracity. But fair warning, once you execute this, people will commence treating you differently. Some will esteem you more, some will abruptly act all intrigued in you, and some will outright detest you for it. And that's when you'll ascertain you finally executed something correctly. Step 1. Cease being predictable. Look, humans are wired to categorize individuals. And if you've been acting the same way for years, always amiable, always agreeable, always accessible, congrats. You just labeled yourself as the monotonous, non-threatening background figure. And guess what? No one esteems the background figure. So here's what you're going to execute. Shock the system. Execute one thing that completely contradicts the version of you that people think they know. If you've always been the tranquil, agreeable type, interrupt someone politely but firmly. If you always say yes to everything, drop a firm no on someone. Observe their reaction. Their brain will short-circuit because people anticipate you to remain in the little box they placed you in. The moment you break out, boom, their perception of you has to alter. That's power. And trust me, once you execute this, even once, the manner in which people regard you will shift instantly. Step 2. Behave like you have 1,000 superior things to execute. Now, I'm not advocating being impolite, but if you behave like you have nothing occurring, like you're just lingering around for people to notice you, you ascertain what you receive? Exactly what you signed up for. Nothing. So from now on, attempt this one maneuver. When someone calls your name, pause for a second before responding. Don't snap your head around like an eager puppy. Finish what you're executing, then look up. When you enter a room, don't scan around desperately for someone to acknowledge you. Behave like you belong there. When you regard yourself like a VIP, other people will follow suit. Ascertain the difference? It's all in the energy. Alter that, and you alter the manner in which people regard you. Step 3. Abandon the apology syndrome. All right, listen up. If you apologize for existing every 5 minutes, you are single-handedly training people to regard you like a doormat. You bump into someone? Oh, I'm so sorry. You occupy half a second of someone's time? Oops, my bad. You voice your opinion? Sorry, just my thoughts. Cease it. Unless you actually executed something wrong, like, I don't know, ran over their cat, curtail the unnecessary apologies. Because every time you over-apologize, you're basically telling people, hey, my presence is an inconvenience. Please don't mind me. Instead, attempt this. Instead of sorry for being late, say, thanks for waiting. Instead of sorry to bother you, say, hey, got a sec? Instead of sorry, I just think, say, here's what I think. It's a small shift, but the impact is huge. The moment you cease behaving like you owe people an apology for existing, they'll commence esteeming you more. Execute it once and observe how their tone alters when they converse to you. Step 4. Master the pause. You ascertain what's more potent than conversing? Not conversing. Most people can't handle silence. The second there's a pause in a conversation, they rush to fill it with nervous rambling. And that's why they get walked all over, because they sound unsure, insecure, and easily manipulated. Here's what I want you to execute. Next time someone poses a query to you, pause for a second before you answer. No rush, no panic. Just let them sit there for a moment, awaiting your response. Ascertain the difference. When you converse too rapidly, it appears like you're seeking approval. But when you take your time, you appear like you grant approval. That subtle shift will alter the manner in which people perceive you instantly. Step 5. Be willing to walk away. Let me tell you a little secret. The person who requires something the least has the most power. Contemplate it. Who gets esteemed more? The employee who desperately requires the job and will execute anything to retain it, or the employee who ascertains they're valuable and would happily walk away if they're not treated correctly? It's the second one every single time. So here's what you execute. Next time someone disrespects you, don't argue. Don't implore for superior treatment. Just walk away. That one maneuver alone will make people execute a complete 180. Because nothing frightens people more than losing access to someone they thought they could take for granted. The moment you demonstrate that you don't require anyone's validation, people commence treating you differently. That's just how the world operates. Lastly, flip the script on them. Here's the deal. If you want people to esteem you, you have to cease awaiting them to grant you esteem. You demand it through your actions. Cease being predictable. Cease over-apologizing. Command the pace of conversations. Behave like you have options. And most importantly, be willing to walk away. Execute even one of these things, and I guarantee people will commence looking at you differently. Execute all of them? Oh, now we're talking main character energy. So go ahead, attempt this once. And when people commence acting all peculiar around you, don't be surprised. You just broke out of the box they placed you in. Here's the deal. If you want people to esteem you, you have to cease awaiting them to grant you esteem. You demand it through your actions. Cease being predictable. Cease over-apologizing. Command the pace of conversations. Behave like you have options. And most importantly, be willing to walk away. Now, before you run off and pretend like you weren't completely glued to this clip, hit the damn subscribe button. You just sat through all of this wisdom for free. The least you can execute is tap a stupid red button. Now get out there and cease being a pushover.